Welcome to the vlog. We are about to embark on a 10-hour road trip to Utah, um, and we'll be taking you along with us. We're gonna vlog the road trip part and the trip there. So come along with us and check it out. This is what it looks like when you have a family of 5 and everyone needs a suitcase. So there's the car over there. So, of course, our road trip starts in California because that is where we live, and it was very beautiful. You basically stay on 80 the entire way to Utah. So, once we got there, it was just a straight shot, and we went up in elevation. So, there's some snow on the ground. It was a lovely drive through this patch. Hello, just checking in. We are about 2.5 hours into our road trip. We made our first stop to go to the bathroom. We're in Nevada now. We just crossed the border probably about 30 miles ago, and we're at the Taco Bell. But yeah, so we have a long time to go, maybe like 7.5, 8 hours left. Yeah, it's a long way, but things are going smoothly so far, and we'll check back in at lunchtime. I will say I was bummed to miss the Nevada state line, but the road trip was going really smoothly. It's really important to have lots of snacks and a good playlist. We spent a really long time having people add music to the playlist, so that really got us through. And then here is a little town we stopped in. Hello. We are stopped for gas. I think the town we're in is called Winnemucca. We're in Nevada. We have just eaten lunch at the Jack in the Box because we didn't want to take too much time. And let's see, I don't know, we probably have like 7 hours left. I think I said that in the last stop. I don't know. We're gonna drive through the entire state of Nevada today, and it has been, I don't know, fine. The speed limit's fast, so that's good. But yeah, we'll check in later. Bye. So after we stopped for lunch, we drove through the entire rest of Nevada. The towns are really spread apart, which is something we learned. So we didn't realize that if you didn't stop at one rest stop, you had to wait probably like an hour for another one, which was really different for us because, you know, we're from California. You have rest stops like every so often, but it was a really easy drive. We did stop for gas before we crossed over into Utah, but that was it. We wanted to drive straight through to Midway, where we were meeting up with family for the evening, and we spent the night at their cabin there, and it was a fairly easy drive. Next morning, I went to this really cute coffee shop with 2 of my sisters-in-law. One of my sisters-in-law saw this on the way in when she drove in, and she wanted to come back and check it out, and it was super cute. It's called the Filler Up Station in Midway, Utah, and the service was super nice. The staff was lovely, and we got a couple coffee drinks. One of my sisters-in-law got a smoothie, and it matched her sweater, which was so cute. They also have food here, but we had already had breakfast, so we just got drinks. And then we had to pick up a few things at the store, so we drove through Midway. It was super cute. We went to get drinks and some items we needed for the house, and here it is. This is the view from the house. I don't show the house a whole lot because it is a family's property, and I don't know how open they are to showing that on the internet, but this is the view from the place that people were staying at, I figured the view was fine, and I show a tiny bit of the inside, but most of this day, we spent catching up and hanging out with family, and it was really nice. We also saw these deers. For us from California, seeing deer is like fun and cute. And it's so funny because the people that were there from other states were like, oh, whatever, we see deer all the time. So regardless, it was fun for us to see them. And this is the view from another balcony. It was just stunning. This was my first time in Utah, and it was super beautiful. I really enjoyed all the scenery. And then once it hit afternoon, we were able to check into the resort we were staying at. This is the Zermatt, Utah. It's located in Midway, Utah. This hotel is Swiss inspired, and it was super cute. Hello, we are checked into the Zermatt in Utah, and last night we spent the night at with all my in-laws, so that's why I look so tired, because I barely slept. But let's do a room tour here. We are in the 1-bedroom suite, and it comes with a kitchen with a full-size fridge, coffee maker, stove, tea kettle, all sorts of good stuff. All right, let's come out here to the dining room. So there's a huge, a lot of people could dine here. Here's the living space. 2 chairs. This couch is supposed to pull out. So we wanted a 2-bedroom suite, but there wasn't any available. So we got the 1-bedroom suite with a pull-out couch. And so that will sleep more people. And then there's also a fireplace in suite, which is nice, and a television, and a very large artwork of some fruit. So here's the bedroom. I'm on the fence about this place, honestly. So there's a giant bed, and there's barely any space to walk around it. And then there's this wardrobe here. I guess it probably has a TV in it. I don't know. I haven't checked. Should I check? Let me check. Okay. Yes. It has a TV in it. They left us some baseboard just in case we want to do some construction. Joking. Ooh, haven't seen this though. There's 2 chairs, 1 table. The view is out into the parking lot. But there is a mountain over here. There's mountains all around. There are horses over there. It does smell like there are horses over there, just FYI. So you could request a room elsewhere if you don't want that. We weren't able to see the previews of this room before. There was none of that on their website, so I didn't know. But there is one great surprise. It's this beautiful bathtub with jets. Very exciting. And here's a vanity. And over here is a toilet, but there's a whole separate shower from the bathtub, which is super awesome because, kind of standing in the bathtub to take a shower. Not the vibe, but I think there's a rain head, shower head. And then there's another sink over here. So if you close this, people could be getting ready over here. People could be getting ready over there at the same time. So that's the tour. So here's a little look around the resort. It's really family friendly. This is the mini golf course, and they had a bunch of activities for kids. They had a carousel and some games, some other things like that. They also had a spa here and a restaurant and a coffee shop. It was really cute. We enjoyed the property very much, and I loved the theming there because, I love a good theme. So after we checked out a little bit of this area, we went back to hang out with family for a while. I didn't record a lot during that time just because, we're hanging out, we're catching up. It's not really something that I am sharing for content, but I did show a little bit of our food and the wonderful things that people made while we were there, and it was just a lovely time. I didn't mention it before, but this is Thanksgiving. And then after we ate and we were playing games, it started to snow, which was really exciting. We don't get snow where we live, so it was fun to see it. After that, we went back to the resort, and the next morning we woke up and it was like a postcard. The whole world was dusted in this light layer of snow, and it was so cute and fresh, and everything was so pristine. We did enjoy some fireplace time at our room, and here's our car covered in snow. I just thought that that was a fun thing to show because that doesn't really happen to us. And here is the resort now in the snow, which was so different than the day before. We went to get coffee and breakfast at the resort's coffee shop. This is a super cute little place where they make the baked goods for the restaurant as well. And I think they make the breads here too. There was actually ladies working when we went in there, and they were making things for an event that they were having later on. And I thought it was so fun to see them working, that you could actually see into the kitchen. And so they were there doing that and preparing things. All the pastries were delicious. They also had a fun coffee menu, so we got coffees as well. And it was just great, and it's very convenient because it's right in the resort and you can get the items right there without having to travel through the snow for anything else. But they had the snow like really well covered in this town. By the time we woke up and we were up and ready to go, the roads had already been snow swept. I don't know what you call it. Plowed? I think plowed. So like everything was super easy to drive in. It was like the perfect amount of snow because you didn't need to like have chains or anything like that. For lunch this day, we went to a place called Quesabirria's, and I joke that my husband and I always go to taco places in spots where we might not want to do that. I don't know. We're from California, so it's interesting because we also went to a taco place in Ireland, which was quite the choice, right? But this spot was really good. Everyone that was working there was really friendly, and we enjoyed our meal. It was a nice time, and the food was good. I ordered way too much, though. After that, we went back to the resort to check it out in the snow because it was just really beautiful. It was so different from the day before when it wasn't snowing. It was just, I don't know, it added a bunch of magic to it. And then, like I said, like everyone's so like great about the snow here. Like the sidewalk was not slippery at all. It was great to walk on. Like you could walk anywhere in the resort and it wasn't a problem at all. It was just lovely. It was a beautiful place, and this was the gazebo, and I think they have events out here, but obviously not in the winter. But it's a really cute place, and it was just so pretty, and we really enjoyed walking around and seeing everything. We also saw more deer. I'm sorry. I think they're cute. And then we saw this thing called a geothermal hot pot, which I've never really heard of before, and I don't really know what it is, but it's all fenced off, and obviously the water is warm. You can see the steam coming up off of it. I filmed it because I thought it was interesting and that you might want to see it too. If anyone knows about that, leave me a comment down below. I know I can look it up, and I think there was a little bit of information on like a pamphlet, but I did not absorb it all. Hello. All right, so we are on Friday. We've been here for a couple days. We check out tomorrow. So this for the resort is really nice. Our room could use some changes, but you know, it is what it is, and it's serving the purpose that it's here to serve. Let me think. So we went to lunch. We went to have birria, and honestly, it was pretty good. Like, it surprised me. I did get birria on my shirt because I'm incapable of actually having it without getting it everywhere. But I have a Tide pen in my luggage. Why didn't I use it before this part of this video, you might ask? I don't know, vlog. It's just real life this time. Yeah, so tonight we have dinner plans. We're checking out the steakhouse at the resort, which I'm really looking forward to. Hopefully that's good. And then I think that's it. Tomorrow we have to check out at 11 a.m. and then we'll head home eventually. Like, we don't have to be home at any specific time because, you know, it's just our house. It stays there. So yeah, I will check back in later. And yeah. I did reach out to the resort to let them know that we would be filming while we were here, and they invited us to come try their steak and chop house. So we did that on Friday evening, and it was really nice. It was it's right in the hotel resort, which is obviously very convenient, but it was a really nice place to eat. There were a good amount of people there. I just showed the area where there weren't people, obviously, for their privacy. But we enjoyed our meal. We got an appetizer, we got a few drinks, or I got a drink and Dustin got wine, and then we had this like dip for an appetizer. They brought us complimentary bread, which I didn't know about. So it was kind of a carb-centric meal, but we both got steaks because, you know, it's a steakhouse. So I think it's better to get, you know, what they're known for when you go to a certain place. And it was delicious. We both liked the meals we got, and the service was lovely. Our waiter was just a delight to be around, and the steaks were perfectly cooked, and they even gave us dessert. It was a little trio. It's the cutest little pecan pie. There's a little pumpkin pie, and I'm not gonna lift this one up because I think it's a cheesecake, and it doesn't have a tin. So, do you just spoon it, or do you try and cut it? What do you do? It was a really lovely meal, and if you're in this area or if you're staying at the resort, I definitely recommend that you try it. The next morning we went back to the bakery for coffee and breakfast there, and this is the day we had to leave. So we packed up all of our stuff, we packed up the car, and then we're heading back over to the cabin. I don't think I mentioned this before, but some of the kids stayed at the cabin because they wanted to be with their cousins. So this is the view from the cabin once it was covered in snow. It was so lovely. And then we headed home. We drove through Utah the first time in the dark, so I was really excited to see it during the day, and it was super pretty. It was just, you know, snowy and lovely, and there's mountains, and it was just a really easy, smooth drive. The speed limit is high here too, which was very nice, especially if you're road tripping. Hello, we are stopped in Dell, Utah. We're back on the road. Oh, my niece did my hair. She's 8. Do you like it? But yeah, I don't know. We're probably like 7, 8 hours from home, and we stopped for gas at a Sinclair, which has a dinosaur, which I almost knocked over, so I will insert a picture after we're done with this recap. But yeah, we have a long ways to go. Hopefully we're gonna make a fun stop on the way home, and I'll check in later. So on our way home, between the border of Utah and Nevada, or not between, but right before the border there, we were passing the Bonneville Salt Flats. So I wanted to see that because I've seen it online. And of course, you want to see the things on the road trip, right? So we headed out here. It was extremely cold because this was November or the end of November, and it was beautiful. So because we had had some snow, the salt was wet, and you're fine to walk on it, but they don't recommend driving on it, even though people were doing that while we were there. But it was really stunning, really beautiful, great for obviously photos and videos. Though I know that some people want to come here as like a travel destination, and I don't know that I would come just for this. It's really lovely, but after walking around for a little bit and taking some photos and videos, I don't know what else you would do. Like, I guess you could drive around for a bit and see it, but I don't know. I think we stopped for probably like 10 to 20 minutes, and I thought that was plenty for us. I don't know. Maybe you would do other things. Oh my, it is cold out there. We stopped at the Bonneville Salt Flats, and it is really beautiful. It's extraordinary. If you don't want to make it all the way out here, because this is like 5 miles off of the freeway, there was a rest stop on 80 going west where you could go, and it is equally, well, I don't know how pretty it is. It looks really pretty from the road, and I think you could get some really cute pictures there, and people were driving on the salt flats out there too. So that's something to keep in mind as well, and we'll check in later. Bye. I will say I am glad we stopped to see it, though I just don't know how worth it would be if you just came for that. And so after we headed out, I think this is where we will cross from Utah into Nevada. Like I said, this is a really easy drive. I mean, it's really long, but the speed limits are high and there's not a lot of traffic, or at least there wasn't when we went. I got the Nevada sign, which was like wonderful retribution or whatever you call it from last time when I didn't get it. But we drove the entire length of Nevada, and we went back to California this day. It was lovely, and I think this was a weekend, and it was still just like not really a lot of people on the road. We did stop for dinner in Nevada, and we went to Taco Time, which is a place my daughter had been to when she went on a road trip, so she got to introduce us to that, which was fun. And here is when we pass back into California. Thank you for watching this vlog. To follow along with me in real time, check out my social medias, and then like and subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.